Hey everyone, it is Blender Helix Alpha, and I'm here with part 2 of our game making series. We are going to make a F-Zero GX styled sci-fi racing game. I decided a few people wanted that and a few people wanted the space thing, but I decided to go with the racing game because that's something that people haven't done before. I might do a space game later on, but that's for a later time. Alright, so I made a little bit of changes to our ship, nothing that strayed too much out of Tutorial 1. Really, I didn't stray anything out of Tutorial 1. This is just a different shape. I had to remake the project because I was having some scripting errors, but that's about it. And I don't know if you guys follow me on Facebook. My Facebook link will be in the description, but on there, the people that did follow it know that I was having a lot of problems with my earlier tutorials because of the scripting errors I was talking about, and I just kept recording it, and my commentary wasn't that helpful, and I just kind of wanted to redo it, so this is me redoing it. So, this is our ship. Today we're going to be scripting in Logic Brick, which is really actually pretty easy. It's just Logic Bricks. You'll see what I mean. We're going to be scripting a few animations, get as much into that as we can, and then I think that'll probably take up at least 2 tutorials, so this one and the next one. So what you want to do is, I've already put my keyframes here, but if you know anything about the timeline, this will definitely help you. If you don't know anything about the timeline, I would definitely suggest looking at my timeline and armatures tutorial. You can go on that and search on my channel for that video. It's really helpful, and it will definitely help you out. And it definitely helps if you're subscribed, because you can get all of these tutorials in real time as I'm making them. Okay, so let's right click like I did on the right side of the screen, split area, and then we're going to make a timeline. And we're going to select your ship object and go to frame 0 and hit I, and insert a rotation key, and then go to frame 20 and hit I and insert a rotation key, and then our actual rotation is going to be in halfway, which is frame 10. Let's rotate it just a little bit on the x-axis so it looks like it's going forward. Right now we're going to make it look like whenever we hit W, it's going to do this. It's just going to yaw forward a little bit. So let's go to our Logic Bricks tab, which is F4, or this tab right here. We are using Blender 2.49 if you haven't already noticed, and that's just because it's really simple for this kind of tutorial. Blender 2.5 and 6 obviously have more content and are generally better compiled as a program generally. So those are the reasons that we're using this. And I'm just really familiar. I've almost totally mastered Blender 2.49, and Blender 2.5 and 2.6 are a little bit new to me, so I am still trying to learn those. So go to your F4 tab, Logic, and okay, create. These are sensors, controllers, and actuators, and I'm going to go into this just a little bit. I do not want to get into it too much, but sensors are basically your functions, which is we're going to be using the keyboard function. So let's make our key W, so just click that and click W. We're going to connect this to our controller, and our controllers carry over to our actuators, and our actuators are actually what our sensors are doing. So our W keyboard sensor is carrying over to our controller, right, which is just the default, and just keep that default. We don't do anything to this middle. And then we're going to connect this to our actuator, and we're going to change our actuator to an IPO actuator, because the timeline works in IPO keyframing, IPO meaning animation. And we did frame 1 through 20, but the rotation actually comes back at frame 10. And we're going to be using, as you can see here, the animation goes from 1 to 20, and it snaps back, like it goes, and then it snaps back. We just did that for comfort's sake. We're not going to actually be doing that in the game. Instead, we're going to use Blender's in-game animation system, which is i.e. flipper animation. So let's change this to flipper, and then change where the end frame is 10. And if we hit P, if I did everything right, hopefully I'm not getting any errors. If we press W, it goes forward. So if we are moving forward in the game, let's zoom out here. This is where the camera would be. Hit P. If you're moving forward in the game, the ship would move forward a little bit like that. If you want to adjust how much the ship rotates, or anything else on it, you can go to this 10 frame here and adjust it a little bit upwards, and then insert another frame. Make sure it's a rotation frame, a rot frame, the second one available. Hit P, and it just rotates a little bit now, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and make it rotate a little bit more, just make it how it was. So if we hit P. Now, one thing I do want to have you guys understand is this will not be, since we are using logic bricks and really rough animation logic bricks, this will not be very smooth gameplay. To get really smooth gameplay, you're going to have some really complex Python scripting, and also smooth dampening scripts, and also slow parenting scripts. And really, this is the easiest way to do it in a tutorial form. So you're just going to have to bear with that. If you guys want a more advanced tutorial on Python or game development scripting, I suggest going to the New Boston. He's really good. He doesn't really cover Blender, I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyway, so let's create a new keyboard sensor, and let's do S. Actually, let's go in order, WASD. So let's make an A sensor, and then connect that to our new controller, and then make a new actuator and connect this. Make it IPO, and we haven't made our animation yet, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And if we were to go to frame 35 and we hadn't made the new keyframe on frame 20, it would still be rotated, and that would really screw up our animation system. So that's why actually a really good reason that we put our last frame there to snap exactly back how it was. So let's start on frame 40, and make a rotation keyframe there, and then go to frame 60 and make a rotation keyframe there. And then in frame 50, we're going to make it rotate on the y-axis this way. And then let's make a keyframe rotation. So this is it when we press A. Alright, so let's make it start on frame 40. And then it's going to end on frame 50. And it's going to be a flipper. So if we did everything right, let's hit P. And as you can see, when we press A, it moves. So we have the first two things working. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish up these last ones. Let's collapse all of our stuff just so we don't have to see it. The Logic Brick editor does get a little bit messy at times. WAS, S is our next one. Let's connect these up. Change this to a flipper while we're at it, and let's start our new animation. Let's start it at 80. Let's make our rotation keyframe. Let's go here and make another rotation key. Let's make sure everything is perfectly spaced. I think we're going by tens, so let's make it 100 is the next rotation keyframe. And then on frame 90, we're on S, so we're going to have it, just make it rotate upwards just a bit. Let's make a rotation. Alright, so that looks good. Let's make it go on frame 80 and stop at frame 90. And it's a flipper, so it's going to always snap back. So if we press S now, it goes forward, and if we press W, it goes backward. And like I said, as you can see, it's kind of jumping between animations. It's not going to be very smooth, but we might be able to find a way to get it smoother. This is animating the object itself and not a bone. So, like I said, I'm not doing this the conventional or traditional way. But, you know, that's how I'm doing it, so live with it. Anyway, we're going to finish up our last command. Let's collapse this, D is our last one. And let's connect these up, make this a flipper while we're at it. And go to our next animation. Let's make a rotation there, and a rotation on 40, because that's 20 ahead. And in between, we'll make it in 130. And an interesting thing that we need to do is make it very similar to our last, our A rotation. And as you can see here, it goes just a little bit over this line, so let's make sure that it does it here. A little bit over the line. It's pretty precise, in my opinion. So here's all of our animations, and let's start it on frame, whoops. Let's start it on frame 120 and end it on frame 130. It's a flipper already. So let's rotate around here. And this is how the camera will be in the game. Let's press P, and if we press W, it goes forward, as you can see. If we press A, it yaws to the left and right, and if we press D, it goes this way, and if we press S, it lets up like that. So this is us scripting our animations for the game. It's not incredibly smooth, but that's how we're going to do it, and I really hope that you guys appreciated this tutorial. If you liked it, please click the like button. It really helps me out and gives me a nice boost of confidence. Anyway, yeah, guys, please check out my other videos and subscribe, and yeah, leave a comment and tell me what you'd like in this tutorial. See you guys later.